centuries ago.
You know that break, right?
Perform naked for the goose and queens.
Yeah, that break.
So it is like including now
in a day, almost
Victorian values.
in a day.
That's what your Victorian values.
You know what I like that?
Yeah.
I don't care as long as you're
No,
walk around naked,
not
with a
naked.
purple hat.
See, I'll do what's the name? The one who do the twerking, man.
Yeah, more
The white
Miley
guy. She had the record.
But where's the possibility of
Okay, I
walking
understand
around
where
naked?
you're coming from.
How can you be sane and walk around naked? Explain this to me. But sorry, but without a cause. And I still don't understand. What's happening?
Oh, wait. So if you walk around your house naked, you're insane in the house. When you put on clothes and walk outside, you're sane?
He said to have on no clothes and a purple hat walking down the street.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You can be saying doing that.
That's
You can be
straight
saying,
up.
I know that. You can.
It's
Someone arguing
But the world will see you as insane.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll be doing
The
what
world
you
will see you
want.
as insane.
My reality is different than your reality.
It's not reality, it's social norm. You decide to go against a social norm. A social norm doesn't dictate your sanity, it's a social norm of the time. Like for example, in the 1500s, women who were, would be considered fat today were down rich. You look at all the nude paintings, they're a little chubby. And the world, women would be considered sexy today, we're like, we don't want you, you're too small, you're fat. Whereas today, the social norm is that women who are, 110 pounds and, strong themselves, that's what's sexy. Right, but then when you look at women who are, maybe 130, 140, oh, you're fat. So it changes.
Okay, before Deandra gets, anyway, before she gets,
I
yeah.
got one person out here walking down the road with no clothes on. This one right here can't make it to me. Ass box. Right. And this is what the, oh my God.
I would say that we need more men like Sasha.
Facts.
The UN says that Muhammad is underpopulated, so we need more men.
Anyone else need to go to the bathroom? Y'all can go now.
When I saw her, I began to see her be a little bit more personal, more human.
I thought actually she was really close and then she'd actually act.
She toned down her fashion and began to show what true beauty to me. And I was like,
See, there's a situation where
It's competitive like she's standing on the stage when she was back. She was a female rappers and songs. I don't have more records than they sound better.
Compare her career to pay her voice. That's a fact, am I correct?
I'm sorry,
Nicki
but
Minaj has the
it's
talent
almost
to
like
carry her
it's
career.
barely a difference.
She doesn't, there's no way.
Hills and Social has a bit.
You can't sing like Adele. Adele gets up on stage. You see how Adele dresses? Why? Adele dresses very always dress on stage. But she
Which
do it.
one is no better than the next one only by this much as you just
So
say
it's
it?
but that's her choice. Because you
Oh, sorry, I forget Amy is the talent that is supported by art. Okay.
You see how he pursues himself as a gangster, right? Daddy Yankee is actually a family man.
Okay, but let me see.
I don't think that she is.
So, you portray something.
Understand, she got Jason Kanye is like top 5 best.
Daddy Yankee's like, if you
rappers
pull up to him and
alive.
say,
You
Daddy
want to try to do that? Oh, did you do that?
Almost like Lady
You
Gaga.
really should have versus
I agree. I think why does she if she's as great as we think she
Which is that she has
image on music videos.
So whatever problem with you, I saw that.
And say something about yourself.
I think you can be your game is based
So,
on
if you
a lot
figure out
of individuals
that
me
around the
training
world.
individuals every day,
You sex out.
because let's face it, it's easier to change the world with money.
It's really nice being
I think that this goes to the main character that they can sell this.
No, no.
To portray such a
So,
degrading
the point
character.
is, it's like,
She died.
no.
Lord Hill.
But Lorena was like, yeah.
She's a bit different.
Right.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, most musicians fail. What you are in your body, like person.
Don't say
It's higher than what you think of yourself.
But hold on, wait.
That's what you think is
Wait,
something.
no, no, never mind.
You have to get the word style.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
I
if
get
someone
it,
chooses to have
Lauren Hill makes
this
more
set of
sense.
values,
So Lauren Hill, on the basis, she
can't
has all
say
the
whether
elements,
you're
she
wrong.
has the
Yeah.
tools.
because that's
She
their
has-
choice.
She has
It's
the
their freedom to choose to do it. I'd be wrong.
I
I'm just gonna say, oh, well, you decide wear mini skirts. You know, it's like guys who say, well, you wear mini
So
skirts,
you're
and
going
that's
to
great.
robot or the
And people don't say that.
But
somebody, right?
It's more than a female.
Ain't that hard,
Whether she gets up or not, isn't
Alright. I'm sorry, but it's getting a little late.
Yes.
We were waiting on two persons, Petronia and Bolano. You will find out. We can introduce people right now. Alright. First of all, apologies for being late. I know the message did say 5:15. It said 5:30 at first. But then I was like, when I send a reminder, I'm gonna say 5:15 because Bahamian time 5:30. You know? But what happened is
That's
to
racist.
make me and Nelson look better, we were gonna be at 5:15, but we had to run the law course to get
He was making up
people
a-
on.
That's
So,
all.
yes, and also apologies for Dunkin' Donuts being closed because they usually close, I think, at like 8:30 at night. So I don't see how you can go from 8:30 every day to 5 o'clock. No,
There's no-
you're going for 3.5 hours.
There's no classes.
I know, but still, anyway, sorry, I didn't do very well. But, alright, first we wanna introduce everyone, because not everyone knows everyone knew my name. Not everyone knows everyone. So, I'll go, my name is Danny. Jamie.
Alexio.
Ernesto.
Right.
Chad.
Sasha.
Sasha.
Oh, gosh.
Peter.
Nelson.
Alright, I mean, I know, that kind of stuff. I used to hate doing that in school, but I realized the importance of that when I thought I was having this meeting. Like, other than just introducing our names, I also want us to just say a little bit about
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, just
What-
interrupt him.
what brought us to EON. Like, why are you here?
I'm not gonna look at me first.
Yes, you
I'll be
Okay.
I was born, it sounded like a good idea, encouraging freedom of thought, freedom of ideas, and we have a lot of great ideas on land. A lot of people do, but they don't write them down or do anything with them. So to come to a forum where we can encourage creativity, ideas, and maybe perhaps make it something tangible that can help the human culture, because we live in the culture, so this is an artifact for coming generations that we did start something. Here's the person's generation issues, so that's why.
Also, we are recording for the few people that aren't here, because there are so much people who aren't here. So just speak up, just a little bit, because you don't want them to come into EON next week and don't know who anyone is, don't know what's going on.
They should have showed up.
So, they have to work, they gotta make that money, so you gotta excuse them. Alright, Sasha?
What brought you here? Facebook. Message on Facebook. I ain't too sure what this is. This could be a cousin. I don't know. I don't know. What I basically understand what's going on now is, what EON start for again?
Entertainment.
Okay.
Generalized.
Okay.
You being entertainer.
Okay. Yeah, that's a non-match for me, man. So y'all call me, I can serve it to my bar.
I just tagged along with Sash as the driver, so
Okay.
I just end up in the same place.
Alright.
So hopefully I'll see what this EON, that's what you call it?
Yeah.
They gave my introduced us or whatever, that's why they got enough.
Stop.
Yeah, I said I might.
That's awesome.
No.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Sure.
From what I have gathered about EON already, it sounds like an excellent endeavor. An excellent medium to get information out there from different perspectives, and of course considering that we're all youth. And you know, it's just a different means of which people can hear what we have to say. So it's really, really good, and I can't wait to start.
I want to be truthful about why I'm here, but I
Don't
was
be
told I
truthful.
can't be truthful, which is completely contradictory to the purpose of being here. It's a good initiative, I'm going to be a part. Yay.
I'm here because I was invited by Nelson and Donnie. I deal with computers, so I'm here to help with the procurement of basically anything we need. We can get that through my company, but also, like you guys have stated, this is a good idea and I like it. And of course, I'm always here to support. So however else I can help, I'm here to do.
I'm here because, I guess, from Downton, I remember when we spoke, when we mentioned like this kind of idea of making it that way, even, that's probably over a year, 2 years ago, or having this group where we just talk about maybe just bring in knowledge to people and stuff like that. I'm glad to see it actually forming and starting up. Glad to be here.
I'm here because they asked me to be here and because I want to be a part of it because I feel as though it's going to be a good thing.
Getting the baby on the page.
Well, I mean, I'm here because I always support my friends when they ask me to do it. Shut up, Deandra. This is a Jerry Springer. And yeah, I just consider myself personality useful, so why not mention the top?
I wanted to be here because people always told me I should do like, me and her.
Yeah.
People always tell us we should do like videos or we should have our own series or something. So I always wanted to do like videos. I was just like videos. And then Nelson came up with the idea one day that we should do this thing, EON, and I was like, that's gonna tie in perfectly what I wanna do, and him being my boyfriend, I'll be, but,
He's your boyfriend?
Yes, child.
And I see it's your friend.
Very different.
So yeah, and I think this is gonna be pretty good. And it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think I said in one of the messages, this is the start of something awesome.
Yeah. I mean, for me, EON is a culminate. It isn't just like my brainchild, you know? Me and Vicky talked about, she's in here right now, Victoria Lightborn, she's a media person, she, you know, me and her go back, well, she go back further than him actually, but me and Vicky go way back. And we first had an idea, something like this, like a year ago, 2 years ago, and then that didn't come quite to fruition. And then I started writing articles on Facebook. Some of y'all may have seen it. And then I said, you know what? Me and him did a Facebook page called Items of Thought.
Right.
So EON is really the culmination of a couple ideas I've had before and other people really inspired me. So it isn't like I'm like, you know, the boss here. I just wanted to see if this could work. And everyone here are people I had first in mind. Well, and then there's people who aren't here, you know. But you guys are the people I had, as soon as I said, EON, what can we do with it? I said, okay, Sasha, Deandra,
Slender.
Ernie, Jamie. And now, see with Atlanta, right, he made me mad because he did, anyway, we'll get into that.
Lord.
But then Danny said to Atlanta, I was like, yes, okay, Atlanta. And yeah, that's really what I want to say about EON.
What'd you do, man? Like old money not paying back.
You play this Pokemon game and completely threw him off course.
For the record, I wouldn't expect you to be the boss because your girlfriend's here.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean, just how when we all sat down, we had all these conversations, not just like, okay, Anaconda is foolishness. We actually talked about Anaconda, you know? I think that's the kind of thing that makes everyone here exactly the people I want to be on. Definitely. y'all just look at EON and say, oh, she look stinking that, you know? Y'all actually criticize it, actual criticism, and that's what EON is about, going deeper.
Yeah, and I just want to like almost like introduce the few persons who are on here. There's a duo, just like Peter and Sasha, name Keishan Wallace and Jamie Sabala.
You'll see what that means.
They were interested in, when they thought Guardian Radio was bringing up new shows, they were interested, but obviously didn't happen, but me and Nelson kept that in mind, but they couldn't be here because one had to work a late shift, the next one just had to work late on the whole. And Victronia, I guess she's running late, and Milano said he had prior engagement to babysit someone, he come late too.
Yeah.
So I think that's the whole team, and Nelson's brother.
You have a brother?
Yeah.
Teron.
Is he like just a guy that happens to be also black? Brother was he?
My brother, no, he's my actual younger brother, yeah.
What does Zoolander say? We're like brothers. The way black people say it, yeah, we're meeting.
But yeah, Bolano, I really wanted him to be in because he's an excellent technical producer. We haven't filled out certain roles yet, but I want to stick to this layout order of the meeting that we go in with. So the next item is, what is this?
Time. Basically, with EON, there you could do whatever you want to do. If you want to do a vlog, which is like a very laid back setting, if you just want to walk around with your phone, you could do that. That's fine. If you want to do like an actual video, because I personally think there's a difference between a video where you actually set up a background. I think it's a difference between a vlog, a podcast, or articles, stuff like that. You can choose whatever you want to do. But what we had in mind, for certain persons, and you can disagree if you want to, but this is what we had in mind for people. Nelson's gonna have some of his own shows. He'll get to that. He'll discuss his own shows. Sasha and Peter were always a hit on Guardian Radio, so we was thinking y'all two could have your own thing going on. Ernie is always on Guardian Radio talking about mainly education, and Basil is very insightful. So I don't want to say it's very educated, but that just sounds so sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Be offensive.
So I don't know what y'all's show is going to be called. We were thinking just Sasha and Peter or something like that.
S&P.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all
Like
want to name it.
we couldn't say
As
what,
PS something.
you know,
PS, yeah,
because
PS.
y'all, when y'all come on the radio
PS
show,
dot, you always go PS, like you had that, you go PS. PS.
the
Script.
whenever you come on the radio show, y'all, the conversation goes all over the place, but it stays deep. in
Because
that.
we're all over the
except
place.
when sometimes you want to talk about some foolishness. But the conversation, on average, is a deep conversation. So I say, you know
No, it's
what?
not, because you're always
You
in
got it.
Africa.
And I think
He is so right at this. Wait, man, start Africa some way.
I just try to pull it back. When you go back to Africa, you know, women had all the power and women ruled and pull it back.
But actually, I think we talked about this, right? Like, that YouTube should have something, like some kind of show. Y'all can't, like, just to be guests on our show on Eye Opener isn't enough. Like, that conversation needs to reach more areas. It needs to be more specialized, more tailored, and it needs to be out there. That's what I think. And so that's why I couldn't think, like, what do you pin down to say, Sasha and Peter about this kind of show? Just give them a show and let them run with it.
We can do soft porn.
Yeah, a lot of
Well,
people.
first off the camera. So they don't show what kind of soft porn you don't know. But yeah. First of all, the EON rule, it's like a website you're gonna start startup, or is it a brand you're trying to create right now?
I think both of them. So one of the ideas is that even though we all creating videos differently, we all managing our own like YouTube shows or Facebook shows or anything like that, or a series of articles, whatever it is that's your thing.
So I'm not trying to wrap my mind around the idea behind this EON thing. Because I can understand it because you're trying to create one single brand.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, one production house where all these things come out front. See, I can understand that to just say, have everything, one thing producing at this time, one thing producing at that time, and they're shooting up randomly.
Yeah.
I mean,
It won't be random.
you know what I'm saying?
it won't be random.
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around what are we doing, you see?
Yeah, we have an organizational like structure to it, and what we want is things to go in almost a rotation-like manner. So when I'm not working on my show, I'm staffing somebody else's show. Yeah, me. And so when you look at the
Schedule.
yeah, it's gonna be a schedule, and okay.
I wrote down the order of which we need to go through because I feel as though we would get everything covered that way. There's actually a part of the meeting, right there saying bring your own thoughts and take, thoughts and ideas to the table. So that's what y'all was gonna say, you know, maybe I want a show, maybe I want a podcast, maybe I want an article instead. So we had Sasha and Pete, or PS, I think we already established that.
Yes.
Ernie and Basil, we wanted a show for y'all too called Education Beyond.
But placeholder name.
Yeah, these names
So whatever
aren't,
name y'all want.
these names aren't set in stone.
Right.
Lexio and Nelson always have, I would say, deep conversations, so I mean, Alexio says bring in the stuff, but I think Alexio could be much more than that, so I think content producer, maybe he could have his own article if he wants to, if you want to. The reason why you're here is because we want you to do something. And Jamie, we were thinking to be the web coordinator, that's what you called it.
Yeah.
Basically, she's gonna deal with like the media pages. You can, and a side note, you can have your own individual Twitter, your own individual Facebook or whatever, even your own individual YouTube account if you want to. So that means when I post a video, I can post it to my own individual YouTube account if I want to.
Yeah.
But regarding to EON, Jamie would be dealing with that. Deandra, I'm gonna call her Yasha for now because I could do it involuntarily, so I might as well just call her Yasha. Yasha, we wanted her to be a part of the show, but it's a choice if she wants to. We don't think she would fit into that, for I guess personal reasons. No, I mean if you want to.
We had the discussion before.
Yeah. So she was thinking about being an article writer, almost like an anonymous person if she wants to, which is very cool.
Ghost writing other
Yeah.
people, if you know.
And I wanted a show, this is an idea of mine, before we even thought of Beyond, it's called Donnie Speaks. Which is basically, I know so if you're my Facebook friend, you've seen me post stuff like what grinds my gears.
And other random stuff.
You'll just see me post random stuff that I personally think is entertaining, it's not stupid, but it's actually fun at the same time. So y'all can deal with that whole,
Serious stuff.
yeah, I'll deal with my humor, like not just only humorous, but you know what I mean. And Delano was here because I want Delano to be my co-host, but not every show. I want you to be my co-host. So I was thinking maybe you could have your own show. Maybe you could just come in each of my shows like twice a month, and then
Yeah, when you have us, then not just come.
yeah. You could have your own show. We haven't worked out the details. Like I said, it's just a broad meeting, but. Yeah, that's what Delano said, that's what I meant after everyone else said.
And here's the advantage of EON.
We got on your show?
No, oh yeah, my show is, one of them is Today Now, actually it's a place, so I don't know if any of y'all ever watched The Daily Show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my take on The Daily Show. And then there's Critical Eyes, like, have you ever seen these shows where it isn't a person on camera, but you hear their voice, and they just criticize media? Like something like, it'll be like a review of Game of Thrones. Mine is like a critical series on different aspects of media. That's Critical Eye. But here's the advantage of EON. A lot of us here have our own individual stuff. Like I know you do key technology, Sunset Organic Farms. I know you are a rapper. I mean, you international now. Bits of Paradise. With EON, here we have an opportunity to advertise that. Now the content creation could have been it right there, but here's the other part. Now we can get eyes on individual products. People need to hear about Sunset Organic Farms. So let's say my show, let's say I have Critical Eye, that's bringing in 6,000 views a month. But let's say, Basil's show is only bringing in 100. That doesn't mean he's working just as hard as I am. His product gets 6,100 views. to his product. Because now all of our products, not every video you got this string of advertisements at the end, but through the web page, the Facebook page, all this stuff, all the content we're creating to bring audiences in, while they're here, you can show them up. We don't just, Basil just isn't running education beyond. He also has Sunset Organic Raw. You know, Sasha isn't just one of the main hosts on the Sasha and Peter show. He also has this album coming out, you know? So that's the advantage of EON.
And we wanted to start, I guess, filming or writing, whatever you choose to do. Mid-September, early October. I don't see it happening early September. If y'all want to start early September, if y'all don't see a problem with it, that's fine, but I think everyone should start at one time, or kind of maybe one time, but probably middle of September. Also, you can choose when you want your show, article, vlog. You can choose whenever you want your stuff to air, or
monthly,
weekly, bi-weekly.
Daily if you can do it.
If you want to. It's really your choice, but another thing we need to focus on is consistency. No one's gonna wanna watch Education Beyond if it's coming on randomly, like January come out, then you don't see it again until like March, then you see it again another time in March, then you don't see it again until like August. You don't wanna be into
I'm sure all of us are subscribed to the show on YouTube, you know, and we're like, oh yeah, I like this, and then you don't even know when the next video even came out. You're like, what? You look through your subscriptions one day, you're like, I remember when I subscribed to this, what happened? You click on it, a bunch of videos there, you didn't have any idea that happened. So consistency is important.
And the location, if you are filming, unless you're vlogging, if you've been in Nelson's house before, you know he has an efficiency. It's a pretty good looking efficiency. It don't look run down or anything. We could set up a set there of which you can film. So you don't have to come drive to Nelson House, because the cameras, unless you want to buy your own HD camera, everyone will share an HD camera until we get up there to get individual HD cameras. So from now, I think they should be stored at the efficiency. So it would just be best to just film at the efficiency instead of taking it to Basil House, and then you gotta find your way to Basil House, and Basil gotta take it back, and people fighting for the camera. So it should just stay at the efficiency. And if the efficiency doesn't work out for whatever reason, he has a spare room that could also work. So that's that. And y'all might find this part weird, but when y'all was in clubs in high school, there'd be part of the meeting where they say, okay, time for dues. It's because with EON, we don't want to keep one camera the whole time for everybody. We don't want to keep the same props in the back of Nerdy Now. I evaluate Nerdy Now as a show for Victoria. She said she has a co-host for Nerdy Now, but we don't know who that is yet. But she was allowed to pick her own co-host. You're a part of Nerdy Now. So
Congratulations.
you know that's going to be a set, but you want to change a lot. Like, you don't want to see the same Star Wars thing the whole time. I mean, that'd be nice, but. And also, you need it for, like I said, equipment, lighting, mics, cameras, props, and just for the general set. And I thought this was a nice idea. You could take like a couple of dollars and just buy snacks. So when you come to film, you got chips and stuff. I would like that.
There'll be transparency and accountability.
And me and Nelson had an idea where maybe like once a month we could film like a social night. Maybe, I don't know if y'all played poker before. It's very fun to play poker before. It's very fun. We could just film it. And a poker night is a good poker night with food. I don't know. So
I'm getting a recurring
That's
theme
not
from you
you.
now.
Yeah,
That
I
one
agree.
is set in stone, okay?
That's just a.
That's.
yeah, I just some of it down. I
Once
wrote
we
down
see-
social because
Yeah. Once we start developing our shows and building an audience, that's something you might want to think about.
So I'm beginning to feel like you had this idea, like, I want to sample different kinds of food. I don't want to do so this thing called EON. It's how, people bring like different kinds of amazing food that I can sample. That's what's being
No,
sampled.
that's not.
also there was a situation, I think everyone here has a car. No, actually, there are several members of EON who don't have rides. I didn't call it name, but it don't matter, but in order to get to the location, which is Nelson's home, they might want to film in the night, so bus won't be, option. So another thing we need to do, another reason why we need to do is gas money, because if Nelson doing this, obviously Nelson most likely will be the driver, but I guess you can see logically how it wouldn't be very possible for him to be picking up someone from all the way out east, and then gotta drop them in, and gotta drop them back, and all that coming out of his own pocket. And like I said, some people's stuff gonna be weekly, some people's stuff gonna be, and it's more than one show, so that means it's more than one post. So you have several people without cars. So in order for them to get there, if they need a ride or ride home, gas will be needed. It won't be like $10 every show for gas. It ain't that serious. I never thought it was that serious. But like with dues, I think that's something that needs to be covered with gas. Another thing is that if you want EON to be up and running as soon as possible, we need to get the Facebook page up and running. We need to get the actual website up and running. We need to get a YouTube account started and a Twitter account started. This is where Jamie gonna come in. I don't know if you're gonna create them. It makes sense if you create them because you're gonna be the web coordinator. So they need to get up and running as soon as possible. You're almost gonna be like a public relations. I think that's what you call them.
And it'd be nice if somebody knows anything about web design, because I tried it and that thing is Byzantine. I mean, no wonder that's a degree. You know what I mean? Like graphic design is a degree. Because I tried to play around with that.
You can go to Wix.com.
Yeah, you can actually just.
Our company made.
I must have tried. I must have did it the hard way then.
Yeah, they got templates.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, you just do
customize
this
it.
and follow.
It's like, what is the name of your company?
No, I-
They get all the stuff
All
there.
that stuff, and you
They
just
and they
sit
send
down
them,
and take
they
the time
actually,
to
the website
copy
writes the
the
code for
design.
you. All they do is
yes,
ask what
yes.
you want, and then
Okay.
they put in, you can upload media, all these different things. You can even have a shopping cart,
Yeah.
you're checking out. If you chose to go with that, then maybe we want to do t-shirts at some point. It facilitates t-shirts, so it's something that's expandable. You could do creative by 10 minutes.
You can write that down. What is it?
It's the Vista print of websites.
And we also want
Basically, yeah.
like branding, you know, like what's the EON type logo on the look like? Somebody, if somebody able to do that, we could work that out. Like colors, you know, stuff like that.
Your phone
That's just
letters.
different from radio.
EON.
I was thinking blue.
Do like EON in front.
Yeah, blue and
I
white.
saw Brandon Marshall. He has a big M.
Probably.
His brand is a big M, and then I looked at it really closely, but it's an M, and he put the B up inside the M in such a way that it actually still looks like an M, but if you look closely, it actually says B because it is Brandon Marshall. I was like, that's cool. And Roger Federer did the I think it's the R. Well, it's either the R and the F, but he did it in such a way that it actually, I think it's like, you can see it, but it's he landed two letters together, it's really big, so we can do something like that. Someone wanted to ask.
I have a question in regarding to social media because it sounds like that's gonna be a major crux for EON. Is Jamie only gonna be covering that on her own? Because I'm thinking she definitely needs some assistance.
Thank you, amen.
No,
And
she.
particularly someone who has some more experience in the field and who she can assist with, because along with just running the website alone, the Twitter, your Facebook, and the YouTube will demand a lot of time.
That's why I think a lot of, and I was gonna bring this up, that's why I think maybe you should tweet about your own show. Maybe you should have the EON Twitter account name and the password is successful to you, so you can tweet it yourself. Maybe you can, I don't know what idea Nelson had, but I know me. I want to edit my own videos, I don't want no one else to edit my videos, and I'm gonna upload it myself. Because I know ain't no one else could take time out of their work schedule, their class schedule, their volunteer schedule to upload my video. So, I think to make your own show, article, blog work, podcast work, you have to put your own elbow grease in.
At least for now.
For now.
Until we get like.
Until you get
Yeah.
until you get some minions, yes.
Yeah,
So- Like if
So what about just EON though?
But all, I think.
Like, if all of our shows are gonna be, we put, like you said, we put our own elbow grease into it, what about EON?
There is like a backup type of people, like, for example, we each gonna, when we releasing a show, we could reach our audience with a quick Twitter saying, oh yeah, my show coming out on Thursday. But then there's the EON Twitter as well. So you'll have your own Twitter, and then there's the EON Twitter.
Right.
That Jamie will run. Let's say each of us can edit our own videos how we like, but let's say, you're not quite understanding this. In fact, maybe this week you can't edit it. That's what our technical producer comes to the line. We want him to do, to be the person, because he's an excellent technical person. And that's where I wanted Orlando to come in and say, okay, if you can't do it this week, or you don't know exactly how you're doing it, okay, I'll show you how to do it, or maybe I'll do it for you this week since you're going away, that kind of stuff. So each of us are ultimately responsible for our show, as well as there's the EON staff who's there as well.
So, that's a little bit of you trying to wrap your mind around, in the sense that, is EON gonna be a website, or is it gonna be a YouTube channel, or is it gonna be a podcast channel, going from there, like, or is it, I mean, that's what we need to define first.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to ask just now, like,
Yeah.
because I understand what you're saying, when you say you want to edit your own stuff, but then the reality is this: if you try to bring all these shows together
Under
one
one
time,
brand.
under one brand,
Right.
you need consistency.
Some
Yeah.
foundation.
I was talking about that.
And that consistency is just like you say with McDonald's. No matter where you go to the world, a big man is a big man is a big man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that brand McDonald's stands so strong. You know what I'm saying? So in essence, whether it be your show, his show, her show, or my show, you need a standard editing format. I mean, and a style almost.
Yeah.
I mean, but granted, you don't feel comfortable giving back that creative control. But then that's, I guess that'd be a part of the whole EON process, I guess.
And can you believe that was the tough conversation we was having? That, on that one side there's creative control, like you said, on the other side there's consistency.
Yeah, that should be about it.
consistent.
Like,
And we was trying to, what we came to is that, look, let's start making these videos. If we conversate about it all day, we might end up spinning our wheels and going nowhere. Let's start making these videos and see how that goes. Because it'll be rough in the beginning. It's gonna be rough in the beginning, but that's where me and Babano come in. Me and Babano wanna try to get some consistency between videos.
See, the reason why I say there's something like this is the way how you finish is how you start. I mean, how you start is how you finish.
Yes.
So in that sense,
Start
we start off on
With the
fragmented,
foundation set,
in all
right.
place. We can end up fragmented into streams. So we start off like centralizing our idea. But the further we build up the concept of what we is first. Are we just a bunch of people together, or we working as a collective
Unit.
A unit? See, there's a sense that, or cooperative. I mean, that's what the summit we try to create as a cooperative of sorts.
Yeah.
Which pools together talent, and at the same time pools together funds for to promote the talent and get it out there.
That's
So-
exactly it, actually.
So yeah, so now.
What is the structure to convey it to the audience? Like I was suggesting, like BTC Star Maker, like what they normally do, like they give each of their final contestants, each of them has to do their own Twitter page. Each of them has their own Facebook group that they get people to come into. At the same time, BTC Star Maker has their own central Facebook page, their own central Twitter, so it's like, and they, if a video is made public, it comes on first at BTC Star Maker. And then you shoot it, that person, let's say if I was a Star Maker finalist, and there was a video and I'm in it, I would post it on my page in Facebook, that type of thing. So That's why he's asking if they have a website, if EON has a website and a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
all of the videos and the articles are posted on the EON website and to the YouTube channel. And then if we all have individual, let's say Twitter and Facebook accounts, you know, we can publicize from there as well, or something along that lines, you know.
Here's what I see, how this, all this, you said, it has to be consistency. It can't be, too much variation, because then it becomes 8, 10 completely different organizations. It has to be something central. Now, you're in charge of the media, social media aspect of this. Okay. Just like it's on a newspaper, there has to be a copy editor who reviews
Everything before it
single
goes out.
thing before it comes out, which means that it cannot be posted to your personal Facebook,
Right.
personal YouTube, until it's approved.
Yeah.
Now, how this also works for you is, it ensures that many times, like if you write an essay, it sounds great to you
Yeah.
because you wrote, so you think, oh, they get, when you hear someone else say, look,
Maybe
we're
we're
not
not
getting
getting
as much, all the
you
ideas
know,
that
there
you
might
like
be
to
some
get across.
offense here,
So
something.
when you get someone else
you
listens
know.
and okay, well, we listen to it. So we have our deadlines. You have, if your show was on, let's say a week from today, today would be your deadline to turn it in.
Right.
And the reason is not that one person to review it, but it'll be more than one person reviews it. And it could be a rotation. Let's say 2 people review a week, or 3 people review a week, and it rotates. So if you review it this week, you review it next week, and then the next third week you're off. Okay? Because if people, you know, you can't just go. People in show business have spend a lot of time off just so they can get away from it. That's one. Secondly, the branding is very important. We have to get a consistent, we need a logo, we need all these different things. What's our mission statement, I mean, all this is gonna go on the webpage. Okay, the social media aspect are actually very easy because all the tools are already in social media. They make it very easy. You can put a Facebook page, a Twitter page in 10 minutes. It's not gonna take you long. You get photos of everybody. In 2 hours, you got the greatest Facebook and Twitter page and website of all time. You're good. Now, something like this has to be very content-driven. Look at places like ABC News. Look at places like Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Look at places like ESPN or
College
NBC.
humor.
Right.
College.
Well, they didn't really do it. Oh, right, college humor. Not collage. Look at
Yeah,
collage.
not college. He's right. They can't.
Where collage went wrong is this right here. That has to be very content-driven. So it means that you don't only do a show. You also have a podcast. You also have some things you've written. So whatever, if the person likes the way that what you're talking about, your opinion on things, then your opinion isn't only available to them through a YouTube channel. It's also available through a podcast. It's also available through other things. So whichever day we decide to launch this, means that from today we all start writing things down. Have a little scrapbook. Write down, okay. And I was thinking about the women's rights issue. Okay, well, write down what you think. It may not go anywhere. It may become a whole 30-minute show. It may become a 10-minute podcast.
It could be something that EON looks at a year from now and
Yeah.
goes up, you know.
It could be something that you give to another show. Say, you know what, I wanted to out of town to do this. You know, I have another that I'd like to pursue right now. Here, but write it down, little things. And then even when you're doing the preparation for your shows, film it. Sit over with your laptop, film it. And then you can put that on your Facebook page without authorization from EON because that's real room stuff.
Splash in the beginning.
Right, this is me preparing, it'll say EON, but it'll be me doing the work for EON. It has to be clean, you can't have like anything, you can't have like a offensive shirt on, you can't, certain things you have to, be politically correct.
Yeah.
The hardest part, like you said, of these things is in the beginning. And that's why in the beginning, you have to come serious. It's like you say, a guy shows up to the basketball court, I want to play basketball. And he doesn't have any sneakers, or doesn't have basketball. Or a carpenter who says, I do carpentry. Well, where are your tools? But I don't have any. But I can't take you seriously. If you're going to be a media-driven organization, you have to have actual media, and a lot of it. How do you feel when you go to KFC and they say we're out of chicken? This is what you sell. This is all you do. Okay? So whenever we launch it, it has to be not just one show or one journal. It has to be, you have to come with everything. And when you do the initial groundwork, it's so much easier. All I have to do after that is just add to it. So you can do one podcast a week, and then you do one video a week. If your show is just podcast, it can't just be podcast. People are going to want more, want to see the person. So you'll be mostly podcasts with maybe about 4 minutes of video a week. Okay, a few articles written here and there, and maybe some personal things in there. Like I went to get, I went to the gas station, and I gave the woman change, she said, oh, we don't take change. So I have a reminder that it's against the law. They gave me tender, you have to take it. Okay, so little things you might find you may want to speak of. So I encourage everyone here, when you leave here, start thinking, okay, what am I gonna do? And not just, there's no idea such thing's a bad idea. It may be something that's maybe an inconvenient idea to do right now, or unpopular to do right now, like you can't do a show right now on certain things because of the current political climate. But write it and save it, then come back, okay, we know I have this idea.
I think,
definitely agree.
I think we wonder like what can we call this group?
Structure-wise, it says,
How I see it,
it's a charity group, it's a for-profit group, it's a non-for-profit.
how I start to see it is, I kind of see it like kind of like a studio corporation.
Yeah.
Because you have a studio, how when they touch these different facets of media and stuff, like what y'all was saying. And also with that, even right now, it's nearing the end of August. We're trying to start in September. Even now, those people who are supposed to be doing shows together, we should already be discussing and writing down ideas from earlier this month, what we could talk about, because we can't just come.
6 months ago, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Like
I was
exactly.
saying like a 2-week period is suggesting maybe.
There's no way we can get anything quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we wanted y'all to say it first.
Yeah, and even with that,
You're welcome.
That was a proposal, but we wanted y'all to say it.
Yeah.
It was like a challenge to see, can y'all do this in 2
Like
weeks,
maybe,
you know?
Yeah, if you put
I'm gonna
if you
tell
put
you
it in a hotel,
honest.
and we have anything else to do, we can do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not, it's just not, you want to be able to do the show, go over the show. Because in theory, if you record a show that's 30 minutes, you're going to spend about 4 hours just editing, going over and over and over again. You still may not like it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
The next question is, recording-wise, I mean, as far as the shows go, when we record, I mean, we don't say articles. These articles are going to the newspaper, or these articles are going to the side, on the website.
Yeah.
Next thing is, see, that's what I'm mind also is with the videos. Because, take for instance, it starts as something simple. So it's not like it's something simple where you put them on video, down. But the reality is we're trying to create a channel. So, if anything, I would say EON needs to create a whole YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? And create sub-channels under that channel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the next step would be is this. Because the minute you start to produce so much content, you can then start monetizing that channel, you know what I'm saying? So when you spread it on different channels, it's hard to monetize that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that's another point I was getting.
No. But yeah, that was the idea, okay? If I had to call EON something, it's a new age digital magazine of sorts. It's a magazine. I didn't want to call myself, copy editor, because I didn't like to give myself like a title that make me sound like a boss. But when you talk about consistency, that was going to be my entire rule. That was going to be my biggest rule with EON, ensuring consistency.
You're working very hard.
It's a great job, I'd expect that.
Well, I just hope you understand how much work there is.
Yeah.
Because if you see, there's a.
I only do one class a semester.
Channel called News, right? Now, I noticed their progression. I started watching, what they did was, they started with just D-News, and they branched off with, they have a next channel called Test Tube that just talks about political stuff. D-News is just scientific stuff, and then they have other subsidiaries of that. Now, as this group, I don't think we need to start all of our shows at once. The articles and the blogs may be easier, the written stuff may be easier, but like the recorded shows and the video shows, we could bring them in, we could trickle them in. Maybe start like with 1 or 2, get editing down pat, and as time goes on, we start bringing them, and that also gives the other people, other groups, better time to get ideas for their shows. So when they come, they don't have to have too much trouble and have too much time making the next show.
Face on self-esteem.
Yeah, so like a challenge house show is always coming.
Yeah.
You have a staple show that started it, and that's solid. How's that
I
solid
don't
show?
know. We have like one staple show. I think the best way, in my opinion, the way to do this is you have to first build anticipation, build interest in it. That's what you can do.
Social media,
Right, you build the website, build all these things. And like you said, generate also through our own personal Facebook pages. Also flyers, word of mouth in this country is the best form of advertising. Get that out there, but then it has to be an actual website to go to, an actual YouTube channel. It doesn't have to have any actual content. Just say, so-and-so coming soon, or coming on a definite date.
So you show
Right.
picture or
And it'll be that way, you have pictures like, PS will be, you know, we'll have everything all done up, so you go, okay, well, you know what? Because if they go to a place and it looks shabby, or the link doesn't exist,
they won't be.
that's out of their mind, they're done with it, they're moving on. Like, in today's based society, with it, young people are, is that everything's like this. Click, it's not here, okay, next thing, and it's gone. So it has to catch their attention quickly, has to engage them on a very deep level, okay? So we have to have content structure, we have to, when you go, has to have content, so when they go there, their videos here, so they take it seriously. Which goes right along with what you said, which is if you have all these different channels, right? What happens is, what if you go to this show, there's only one video? Oh, so you're a mile wide and an inch deep. You have all these different channels, which are loosely affiliated with each other, but they all have like one podcast. And this one has one journal, this one has one video. Those are take it seriously. But if you have one channel, and you look at it think of it from a appearance standpoint, we've got 10 videos, 50 podcasts, 30 journals. They go, wow, you know, these people are really serious. They have all these different topics. Now, what will happen is later on, each show will get its own YouTube channel as interest builds. Okay, but it's tough to generate that type of interest when everything is just
fragmented.
it's so fragmented. Now, the other side is that we do want to do this. We have to come strong the first time. We're launching, boom, we're everything, because we're not going to get that chance again. When we launch, has to be everything. It can't be we're launching,